Okay, fixed. Or at least for the most part. What's up, you guys? Chet Guthrie, the Dream Poet here, coming to you all with day 199 of my vlogging experience here in the state of Florida. 1 day away from doing this 200 days straight. If you think about that, that is 165 days left of this experience of mine of doing this for an entire year straight. But for this vlog, you guys, I thought I would touch up on a ghost story of mine that for the most part everybody says I'm crazy when I tell them this story, but this in its entirety did happen. I think I have touched up on it before on this channel, but I thought I would touch up on it again. I meant to do it for my fall celebration. But this storytime vlog also, anyway, I'm going to cut to the chase. It was the spring of 2017, and this is when my friends Nathan, John, and I were in the process of creating the YouTube channel known as Adventures United. And one of our first big outings was Stacy, an acquaintance of Nathan's who went to the same church as he did, owned the old South Pittsburgh Hospital in South Pittsburgh, Tennessee. And for the most part, initially we went in there just to look at the abandoned building aspect of it. We weren't really going for the ghost hunting aspect of it. However, I think we had come to an agreement that I think it was something that we would be okay with. But as soon as we entered the building, the building on its own sucks up energy. Like, it will literally suck all the energy right out from you. As soon as we all entered there, our hearts were beating very strangely, like abnormally. And according to Stacy, that is something that was very normal with the building as soon as people enter. The place has a very deep feeling of dread. And one of the things that we noticed is that while there was light coming through the windows, it wasn't lighting up the rooms. Like, the rooms were still straight pitch black. And when we were walking around there, this was called the Nursery. And the Nursery, which originally wasn't the Nursery, somebody had smashed glass, or somebody had taken somebody's head and smashed it against the glass wall, or glass window. And the story with that was, it was a writer for Playboy, and he had to go to the hospital. Well, for whatever reason, in that one particular spot, it just causes you to grow angry and be very angry. It's something only you can think about while you're in that spot, and stuff like that can happen. Originally, that was not a part of the Nursery. It was another part of the building. And according to Stacy, in that exact same spot, there is this giant hairy creature that she describes as a hairy creature that takes up the entire walls of the building, or of this particular floor. The main floor in question was the birthing room, a maternity ward, a place where women went to give birth to their children. So I'm just curious as to why so much hate lingered in that one particular spot. But the build-up to all this is a story that I tell all the time. Is when we were in the basement of the building, Stacy told us a particular story about people practicing in witchcraft in that particular spot. And it was one night, I think a few years ago, She gets a call at 3 a.m. in the morning. Apparently somebody has had a heart attack and the EMTs will not go in the basement. Eventually she talks to them to get them to go into the basement. And that's when they pulled out an older lady who was complaining of chest pains. She was on a gurney, and she kept on telling Stacy, "Your ghost did this to me. Your ghost did this to me." And Stacy was asking, "What do you mean?" Well, the lady had asked the spirit to show it how it died. And while this was playing out, I had my cross right here. I was praying with it because I was just getting this really, really sick feeling. This sick feeling of dread. And that's when I noticed that there was a numbness going from my head down the left side of my arm into my leg. And my heart was beating very, very strangely. And I had to walk out of the building. I was very nauseous. I was very sick. And I had a few friends praying over me, but when they were praying over me, there was something, a force that, this is when people tell me I'm crazy, but no, there was a very, very feeling like this on my throat. And it wasn't going anywhere, but the more my friends prayed over me, the more this tenseness, this pain, this like strangling of my neck just eased up. But that is my big story of the South Pittsburgh Hospital. And the video that Adventures United did on it, it took us several times to go back. The photos that I had off that particular SD card wouldn't edit. Nathan lost all his, well, all the sound on his SD or on his footage was just shot. And Michael, his brother, like about 5 hours of footage was just gone like that. And I wanted to close off this vlog with a story that happened with Paranormal Witness, which I feel clarifies what had happened to me that day. But there was a group of ghost hunters that had gone into the building. In the middle of the night, a medium that was with that particular group was getting very sick, very volatile. They put her in a room by herself, and in the middle of the night they hear something banging against the walls in the room. She's screaming, she's crying, and they take her to the emergency room, and the x-rays that they get is that it looked like something had went and grabbed and crushed her organs, as if it were a car accident. But she wasn't even in a car accident. Something grabbed her that way. Now, that is, she lived, and that is recorded. But I thought I'd add that to my story of the South Pittsburgh Hospital. There's more to it, and I kind of thought, I've been sitting on it. I thought I'd just talk about it for a while, but that is, in terms of ghost hunting and the paranormal, that is the strangest, the scariest thing that has ever happened to me. So you guys, I'm going to bed. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon. That will keep you in the loop on daily content of my life here in the state of Florida. And stay posted, stay tuned, keep in touch with me at Dream Poet at Facebook, as well as my Instagram in the links below. Thank you all for the love and support. I love you all very much. Peace, you guys.